Hello, in this video we're going to have a look at drop-downs. To be more precise we're going to have a look at this kind of drop-downs. This one is a little bit different than this one here. Why do I say different? Well, if we check the code in the DOM, this one is a button, and once that button is clicked, we get a couple of different buttons with some links. However, this one here has a select tag to it. And because it has the select tag to it, we are able to utilize a very special class from the Selenium support, and that is the select class. So you will see in this video that we have a lot of options already made by Selenium so that we can work with these select drop-downs. Don't worry about the setup. I will explain it to you, but it will be available in the GitHub repository. So in order to have this select class for us, we just need to add this dependency to our POM file. So like right here. So now that we have added that and we have rebuilt the project, let's add another class. Let's call it select tests. And this one extends our base test, of course, like everything else. And let's add a public void class of select tests. And we cannot forget the test notation. Perfect. So first, as in all the other pages, we navigate to the page by doing driver.get, and we open this form here. And now comes the difference. So identify select. So now we're not going to do as we did before, web element and getting the web element. We're going to actually get the select. So how do we do that? Well, first, we enter here select, and as you can see, it automatically was added for us. And let's define it. Let's select drop down. I'm going to do new select, and here we need the web element, and for that let's first find the selector. So we seem to be in luck because it has an ID of select menu. Let's first test it. Yeah, so the ID of select menu works as a unique ID, and here we just need, as before, to do driver, find element by, and in our case ID, and we just need to add the ID here, and now we have our select. Good. So since we have now the select, we can actually start to work with the select. So let's see what options we have. So let's see, for example, this is multiple. This tells us if we have or if we don't have multiple selection available. So we can make a test for that. Check if multiple selection is available. And we just need to like we did before, to do an assert. And let's see if we do assert true. We need to import it. Well, actually, let's make assert false. True, false, it's all the same thing. Well, actually, it's not the same thing, because we actually want assert false, because we want to check that it does not accept multiple. For that, we do the select dropdown and is multiple, and we just need here to make the import, which is basically this static import here, but instead of assert equals, we make assert false. Perfect, and let's just make a test and see if it worked. And it seems it worked. Perfect. One other thing which we can do is check the number of options. So let's see, how many options do we have here? Except the select an option, which doesn't count, we have, or actually that counts as well. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options. So we're going to do an assert true. Well, we have so many asserts here, and sorry, not asserts, to assert equals. Assert equals, and we will make so we know it has 5 items, and we take the select dropdown, and we want to check the number of options. So we go and do dot get options, and for that we make the we make the size, and again we want here to make the import, and we have assert equals. Good. Now let's run this. And it seems it has passed. Let's see if it works. So if we modify this to more and we run it, then it should fail. And let's see here, it did fail. So we expected 55, but got back a 5. Okay, next, let's see how we can select a value. We're going to do by index, and we're also going to do by actually value or text. So let's select one by index, and we're going to select actually the 10 plus. Let's do it here. So we have select dropdown dot select by index, and here we just need to give it the index, and let's assert that. So let's assert equals, And let's assert that our 10 plus is actually equal to, well, too many. So we get the selected option, and the text should be the, and let's see if this works. Actually to get all selected options is way more useful in case we actually have multiple selection. But yeah, exactly. So that did not work as I wanted it to work because of two reasons. Reason number one, although we have 5 options, the numbering of arrays in Java starts at 0, so it should be option number 4. Okay, let's run it again. And there, as I said, it's way better, or it's actually useful or used, this get all selections options when you have multiple selections. In our case, we have to get the first selection and get the text. Okay, now it should work. And as you see here, it did work. Perfect. So we can get it by value. Let's just copy this one here. And instead of get by selected text, we do by value. And let's add a different value. Make it 0, 1. And to get our test to actually work, we should have 0, 1 here as well. And our test has failed because the 0, 1 value could not be located. Okay, let's see, maybe I missed some spaces. So we select 0, 1, we do inspect, and we have 0, -1 there. Okay, let's make it not by value, by visible text, and let's run it again. I'm doing this trial and error so that you can see we need to play around sometimes with all of these methods that we have, and now it's working. So you can either play around or read the documentation, which in this case, well, I would leave to you to read all of the documentation for the select helper class. With here you can get an example for each of them and see what they will provide. Okay, in the next one, we're going to have a look at how to deal with this dropdown here. Thank you for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.